Hello, we are back. It's Christmas time on JP, and with that we have just one new servant this time, but I'm glad because, you know, that way I don't have to spend any money for gacha, because the one new servant is the welfare. Of course, that means it's the Santa servant, and this year we got, well, let me show you. We got Santa Nemo, also a rider, so sticks with the same class, I suppose. Now, I haven't looked at anything yet to do with gameplay or whatever, the final Ascension arts, you know, you name it. So this will all be a very blind. So aesthetic wise, there won't really be that much to say for a welfare. We'll see, but maybe some cute voice lines here and there or whatever, or expressions. And let's do this. How's the Santa of 2023? Let's find out. First Ascension. Wow. I was gonna do the wow so different joke, but wait, okay, it is actually kind of different. Well, the stage art is the same, but I didn't know that we see sprites of the other marines too. So I was gonna do a joke, but the game was like, nah, dude. So maybe we'll even see some other ones as well in the upcoming, you know, Ascensions, hopefully. But hey, that's cool that they, you know, spice them all up seemingly. Do you get them in levels as well? Oh, you do! Wow, timing. Because I remember OG Nemo had like random marines appear in the levels too. Yeah, I was just earlier saying like I was calling all of them marines, but yeah, I guess this is the actual marine, yeah. Do we get to see another one on the Ascension again? Come on. Well, I guess, yeah, this would have been new if I didn't see the level up thing already. Classic. Whoa. Hello. Damn. Was she the nurse? I forgot. It's a pretty comfy, warm-looking jacket. Yay! Alright, here we go. I assume this might be nurse now. Oh, no. It's her. Which one was she again? Professor. There you go. She's the smart one. Oh, I was about to say, we're still missing some, right? Yeah. So, is she the cook? Damn, look at that chicken, though. Oh my. Alright, final Ascension. Now we at least see difference in the stage art, too. So that's cool. Let's see what it looks like. I'm guessing it's pretty wholesome. Does it have all of them? No, it's again just OG Captain, huh? Like in the 5-star one. Is he rappelling? Is that what's happening? To like a balcony? It's like a modern Santa Claus. Is not the flashiest FA ever, but you know what? Modern city Santa. Alright, let's see how the battle sprite looks. Again, I assume it's Captain, and then the animations will have the other Nemos, right? Yeah, there you go. I guess some kind of a harpoon gun, right? I quite like it. It's a very different take on Santa, if anything. Mix it up a bit, you know? There are all kinds of different Santas in Chaldea. So aesthetic-wise, yeah, a bit different of a Santa servant in more ways than one, I suppose. But, you know, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. So there you go. I'll give it a thumbs up. Sure. Yeah, it works. Next, let's talk about the gameplay side. So we have a rider, I assume a DPS of the 4-star kind. And on base level 80, 8.7k attack, which is not very high. That's a given. Would have loved to at least have seen 9k. Stat-wise, could be doing better. Unless, you know, he's not a DPS, but I assume he is. Now, deck-wise, we have double arts, double quick. Was this the same deck that rider has? Like the 5-star one has? But yeah, it's the gains deck. If you're not going to have triple arts, then, you know, this is the other option, I suppose. Should make for easily spammable MP. And speaking of which, what is his MP type? Aha. So we are even sticking to the same main card type. It is arts yet again. I don't even need to look at the MP to already hopefully realize that it has to be AoE, right? Because if they print double Nemo on the same class with a single target arts MPs, then that would be messed up. So it should be an obvious given that it's hopefully AoE, but we'll see soon. Let's talk about the passives. Riding A. Quick up. Is that 10%? Do I remember correctly? Let's see. Yes, it is. Okay. Having a double quick deck with also, what's the hit counts? I forgot. Triple Buster Arts. 4 on quick and 5 on extra. Okay, this actually will do stuff. It's not bad. Fairly useful passive on him. Divinity B, again, doesn't really do anything at all, and most likely will just make you, you know, be subject to anti-divine mechanics, sadly, so And then his unique passive, we get a doozy. Self-arts crit damage up a little bit, and then, so it's the same stuff. If you're on water side or void space fields, you also get a damage cut. Okay, so the first effect I assume works always. It's 6% arts crit damage, but if you're in one of those two fields, you get 300 damage cuts, and those don't stack. If you have both water side and void space, I'm like 99% sure you don't get two of these damage cuts. You just get the one 300, and then the last one is for the event, so that is not really relevant right now for this video, that is. Anti-append, we got anti-saber, kind of a mixed value. You know, it's the most common one where you have a full neutral option, right? So if you're a big Nemo fan, you'll probably get it and be happy with it. But if you're, you know, if you only care about the gameplay value, then even if he's good, you're probably not gonna use him as against sabers. So only if you're a big fan, I would say you get any value out of this. All right, let's talk about the MP then. And man, that is like the shortest MP text I've ever seen. Wow. Okay, so first of all, he has a power mod, right? Okay, so first of all, it is AoE damage, but then scaling from overcharge, anti-evil damage, I believe. Okay, so anti-evil, and then skill seals all the enemies for 1 turn. And that's it. Okay, interesting. I mean, evil of the alignments, fairly common. But then you remember that, you know, unless the enemies are servants, 99% chance they don't have any alignments. So you still prefer something like anti-earth or anti-like man, I would say. In most cases, especially for AoE servants that, you know, have some farm presence, assuming he does. I don't know yet. But, you know, against servants, evil, fairly common. Now, I don't know how many casters are evil, aka his best case scenario, because I didn't know beforehand if I had to research any of this stuff. But honestly, caster-wise, there's probably not a huge amount. But compared to some other classes like, you know, Berserker, Assassin being his worst case scenario too, by the way, funnily enough, there's probably not that big of a, you know, amount compared to some others. Kind of weird choice, I would say. Maybe the lore makes sense. Now let's see some numbers on the MP. We have a 4-hit AoE, so surely it's, you know, loopable on arts, that is. And then the OC is a, you know, the usual range of 150 to 200% anti-evil damage from lowest to max OC. And then the skill seal is a 1-turn skill seal, base 100% chance, good, no RNG. I mean, obviously, if the enemy has resistance, it can still whiff. But on base, it's a 100% chance to land. Also, wow, Brandon, that was fast. Apparently, 7 caster servants have evil alignments, so not the biggest pool for his best case scenario, but you know, he can still be used obviously against, like, you know, berserkers, or what else would we have good for? Well, mostly those two. I don't know how his looping numbers will be yet, but MP FX wise, lukewarm, I would say. And you gotta remember as well, there's a lot of competition for arts looping on the welfare department too, so we'll see. But before we talk about more of that, let's jump into skills next. Oh yeah. Wow, are these the exact same icons that 5-star has? I think they are. Wait, in fact, I think they're in the same order too. Did they just reprint everything? I guess we're about to see. We have an MP damage icon, let's see. I have a feeling they may have reprinted. There's maybe small changes, but let's see. So yeah, all allies MP damage for 1 turn, and crit damage for 1 turn, and attack up for 1 turn. And is that a new thing? Is that a new trait or something? So it's servant. Yeah, it's a new trait. I don't think this trait existed before. I assume this applies to him too, right? You know, he has multiple like things going for him, so I assume he would have a group servant. Wait, he doesn't have it? Are you kidding me? Really? That's pretty stupid. Well, I guess it's implied that they're the same spirit graph, right? Because it's like Nemo just splitting himself. But come on. I feel like they just did it to gimp the welfare, right? But yeah, let's take a look at the numbers. It's a 6-turn cooldown. So all the 1-turn effects that everyone always gets, they're 20% each. So MP damage, crit damage, attack up. Those are guaranteed. But if you're a group servant, you get 20%, another 20% of attack, but this is 3 turns. So for 1 turn, group servants get 40%, and then the next 2 turns, they still have another 20%. On a 6-turn cooldown, considering he doesn't even get that last effect himself, which is the best effect of the thing, 6-turn cooldown, I think this skill is pretty, like, not great. It's kind of a meh skill, honestly. But from what I remember, the 5-star version of this skill on 5-star Nemo was also not that great, so they probably didn't want to make it better on a welfare. All right, we get the guts. This is like the indomitable will, right? That kind of Herc has as well, but a different rank. Because I think Nemo and Herc both have it. Anyway, self-guts 1 time, 3 turns. And then debuff immune for 3 turns. And then get MP per turn every turn for 3 turns. 6 turn cooldown. Was this the same effects? I forgot. As 5-star, that is. Okay, revive at 3k HP. And then that's the only thing that scales, by the way. The debuff immune doesn't scale, and the MP per turn also doesn't scale. It's always a flat 10%. 6 turn cooldown. It's okay. It's definitely better than the first skill. It's just okay, I would say. And it's probably going to help with his looping as well, obviously, because of that additional MP per turn. And then arts up. OG had AoE, so I assume this is AoE as well on that arts. Oh, no, they changed it. Self arts up for 3 turns. You know what? Hey, that means he gets more. And then all allies get a dodge for 1 time 3 turns. And also a AoE battery. I assume it has to be 10%. All right, let's see. 6 turn cooldown. 30% arts up for self on max rank. Great. And then, yeah, 10% AoE battery. Plus that non-scaling evade. Okay. So it's like a Harp of Healing kind of deal. Yeah, basically. For the evade. So if you're going to run him on bosses, you're probably going to pick a Castoria anyway, right? And usually Castoria handles the MPs. So you probably don't need this AoE evade to be saved for an MP turn, unless the enemies are like desynced or something. So you can probably just pop this for the arts up and then the AoE battery for the party, and then just get bonus value from the evade. I think that's most likely what you're going to do. So it's not maybe as awkward as I first thought it was going to be. Only because he's an art servant, so he gets that free pass. Now again, I don't know how his looping numbers will look like it, because I'm pretty sure he will be able to loop, right? But looping aside, how will I think he like fares as a DPS potentially? Looking at all this stuff, I think he's gonna be fine. But I don't think he's gonna be anything remarkable. Until I see some numbers and some really good, like, you know, testing him out properly to like bosses and shit, it's hard to say. But I feel like he will be like middle of the pack. And yeah, true, even a server like Habitrot is also very similar, being another welfare. So, and she can easily run stuff like Black Rail because of her battery too. And then she has the self-sacrifice for even like crazy team comp options. So yeah, so I feel like if you have MP5 Habitrot, I'm not sure how much you're gonna use Santa Nemo for either looping or like DPSing. It's, again, his best case. I think the only time where you would kind of pick him would be against casters, really. Because remember, not only Habitrot exists, Queen Io does as well, of the welfares. And there's no way Santa Nemo will be as good on neutral as Queen Io. There's simply no way, right? She's the queen of that, literally. Even on the free side, let alone the gacha side, there's a lot of competition for this guy already. As brutal as it might sound, and honestly, I may have been a bit too harsh on Maiko, looking at it back. You know, I gave too much credit to like the single target archers. She's actually really good on free MP5, by the way, as a small retcon here, for those, you know, talking about it, doing her first impression. But I think in this case, I can kind of say that I don't really see people really using Santa Nemo much outside of this event, unless you're a big fan of him. I just, in this case, I'm more confident about it. But yeah, Maika, or Maika, I keep saying Maika, she's Saika, I'm so stupid. Saika Magoichi. She's gonna be very useful for a lot of people. Santa Nemo, I think before we wrap up, I should at least see the MP, because I actually haven't seen any animations. So we'll add like a small clip here of my reaction to, you know, hopefully a cute little MP animation, and then we'll probably wrap up here. And then do the MP. Okay, here we go. MP time. Come on, show me a cute Santa MP. That's all I want to see. The MP that banishes evil. Wait, does this have custom music? Wow. That is very surprising. Okay, okay, we hop on. Yeah. So I guess no sled, we have border. Oh, the gifts. Oh, that's cute. Oh, dude, okay. I was like, where's the cuteness? There's the cuteness. Okay. Wow, that's one of the selection lines. Nice. Alright, so there you go. Honestly, if anything, the battle stuff, the animations and the voice lines are the highlight here, if you ask me. We got ourselves a pretty cute Santa this year. So, if you enjoyed this first impression of Santa Nemo, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button, okay? Also, subscribe if you have not already to not miss out on future videos. We got a gacha video coming this week for NA since Tunguska is releasing. So if that sounds good to you, hey, you know what to do. Press that button, okay? And besides that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Episode.